So if you're thinking about moving to South Mississippi, you're probably asking the same question that a lot of my relocation clients ask me. Should I live in Hattiesburg or should I live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast? And here's the reality, neither one is better, they're just different. One offers affordability, convenience, and the ability to get more out of your housing budget, and the other offers waterfront living, boating, fishing, beach towns, and a lifestyle that feels like you're on vacation year-round. If you choose the wrong one for your lifestyle, you may love the house, but regret the location. So today I'm going to tell you the real difference between Hattiesburg and the Mississippi Gulf Coast, so you can decide which one actually fits your lifestyle that you want to live. By the way, if we haven't met yet, I'm Steve Pahlman with Dunbar Real Estate, South Mississippi's Real Estate Authority, and I help people relocate to South Mississippi every year, and this is one of the most common questions that I get. So let's break down the major differences between Hattiesburg and the Mississippi Gulf Coast and see which one might be the perfect fit for you. So let's start with one that most people care about first. That's housing. In general, your money is going to go a lot further in Hattiesburg. That's not to say that the coast is expensive compared to many other parts of the country. In fact, people relocating from places like California, Colorado, Illinois, Texas, and Florida are often surprised by how affordable both markets really are. But if maximizing value and keeping monthly expenses lower is your primary goal, Hattiesburg usually has the best advantage. The coast can absolutely offer incredible value as well, but you're often paying a premium for proximity to the water and the lifestyle that comes with it. And there can also be other costs associated with coastal home ownership that may be higher too, especially when it comes to insurance, but more on that in a minute. Now let's talk lifestyle, because this is where the two markets really begin to separate. Hattiesburg is a growing regional hub. It's the home of the University of Southern Mississippi. They have a lot of major healthcare systems, shopping, restaurants, and a thriving business community. You get a mix of the college town energy, family-friendly neighborhoods, and a growing economy. There's always something going on, but it still feels manageable and easy to navigate. The coast is a completely different vibe. If you enjoy boating and fishing and the waterfront dining and the beaches and the festivals and spending time outdoor near the water, you just can't beat it. Places like Ocean Springs, Bay St. Louis, Pass Christian, Biloxi, and Gulfport each have their own personality and charm. The coast feels way more relaxed, it's more laid back, and for many people, that's exactly what they're looking for. Another factor that people often overlook is location. Hattiesburg sits right in the middle of South Mississippi. You can be in New Orleans, Jackson, Mobile, or the coast, typically in 90 minutes or less. That's one reason that many healthcare professionals, educators, business owners, and families choose Hattiesburg. The coast offers tremendous opportunities as well, especially in healthcare, shipping, tourism, gaming, military-related industries, and small businesses. They all thrive there. But if you're someone who frequently travels throughout South Mississippi, Hattiesburg's central location can be a major advantage. Now let's talk about weather and insurance, because these are two things that every relocation buyer needs to understand. First, South Mississippi gets hot. I mean really hot. Summer temperatures regularly climb in the 90s, and the humidity down here can make it feel a whole lot hotter. During the summer, heat index values can often push over 100 degrees. So if you're moving here from somewhere with a cooler climate, that is absolutely going to be something that you have to get adjusted to. The upside is that winters are usually short and much easier compared to a lot of the country. Snow is extremely rare, and outdoor activities are something you can enjoy pretty much for the entire year. And now let's talk about the hurricanes. Whether you choose Hattiesburg or the Mississippi Gulf Coast, hurricanes are simply just a part of life in South Mississippi. The difference is how those storms usually affect each area. Along the coast, you have storm surge, flooding, wind damage, and evacuation concerns that are a much bigger part of the conversation. In Hattiesburg, major hurricanes can still have a serious impact. We still have the strong winds, the downed trees, the power outages, the heavy rain, the flooding, and the storm damage when a hurricane comes through the Gulf. So Hattiesburg is not immune just because it's inland. But generally speaking, Hattiesburg does not deal with the same level of coastal flooding. We don't have the storm surge risk that many properties closer to the water do. And that is one reason that insurance costs are often lower and simpler in Hattiesburg. On the coast, depending on the property and the location, wind and flood insurance can become a much larger part of your monthly ownership cost. That does not mean you shouldn't buy on the coast. People do it every day and they absolutely love living there. It just means that you need to understand the full cost of ownership before you make a decision. So now let's talk about retirees for a minute, because South Mississippi attracts a lot of them. What's interesting is that both of these markets appeal to retirees for completely different reasons. Hattiesburg has become a recognized retirement destination because of its affordability, the healthcare options, the restaurants, the entertainments, and the central location. The coast attracts retirees who have spent years dreaming about living near the water. They want the fresh Gulf seafood, the beaches, events like cruising the coast, and sunsets over the Gulf. Neither choice is wrong. The question is whether you want convenience and affordability, or whether you've always wanted to live the coastal lifestyle. So who should choose Hattiesburg? If you're raising a family, if you want a strong healthcare system, shopping, and a growing economy, and if you value being centrally located and you want to maximize your housing budget and keep ownership costs lower, Hattiesburg may be exactly what you're looking for. And who should choose the coast? If you've always dreamed about living near the water, if you're into fishing and boating and beaches and casinos and sunsets that sound like your ideal lifestyle, if you're retired or approaching retirement, or if you simply want the coastal atmosphere every day, then the Mississippi Gulf Coast may be the perfect fit for you. And at the end of the day, both Hattiesburg and the coast are great places to live. They just offer different experiences. My recommendation is simple. If you're seriously considering a move to South Mississippi, spend time in both places. Walk downtown Hattiesburg, spend a day in Ocean Springs, drive the neighborhoods, visit the restaurants, and see what everyday life actually feels like. Because the best place to live is not the place that I would choose, it's the place that feels like home to you. If you found this video helpful, please make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok for more South Mississippi real estate advice. I also do community highlights, local businesses and events, and relocation content. I'm Steve Pahlman with Dunbar Real Estate. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.